Hi there, Stephen Pegg from Loves to Travel. Thanks for checking out our videos. As always, hit the subscribe button below, the bell notification button below, and the like button. We'd appreciate that. Leaving the Disney bubble. It's a sad day for us today. We're heading to the Orlando airport, leaving the Disney bubble. I will say, all in all, it was a great 5 days at Disney World. Disney is doing everything that they can do to keep everybody safe during the pandemic, including requiring masks worn correctly, not just wearing masks, but worn correctly over the mouth and your nose, requiring people that are eating and drinking to stand still in one spot while you're eating and drinking, and then having cast members walk around enforcing those rules. Temperature checks walking into the parks, social distancing guidelines at all the queues going into the rides. So they're doing everything they can. Now, I will say that we did not get to we did not get to Animal Kingdom, and we did not get to Epcot. And I understand some of the worst offenders of the walking around, eating and drinking, not wearing masks was at Epcot and the Worlds, as people were sampling and drinking around the world and using that as an excuse not to wear a mask. We only saw it a couple of times in Hollywood Studios, did not see it once at the Magic Kingdom. So all in all, I give Disney a great amount of credit for making sure that everything stayed safe inside the parks. The rooms that we had were cleaned and sanitized before we got in there. They even gave us a note inside each room, inside Riviera and at Bay Lake Towers, telling us what they cleaned. Granted, Peg went through and cleaned them all again just because she's paranoid, and I don't blame her, to be honest. But Disney's doing a great job of making sure everything is clean. The other thing that we saw at the parks that I was impressed with is they had cast members walking around sanitizing things on a regular basis, things that people would normally touch, including handrails, including queue lines, so on and so forth. So Disney is doing what they can do. So we are about ready to leave the Disney bubble. There's the Welcome to Walt Disney World sign on the other lane. And we're heading to the Orlando airport. So we're outside the Disney bubble, almost to the airport. As always, tolls just before you get to the airport exit. So we're almost there. And as I've suggested before, if you don't have an Easy Pass or an iZoom from the north of the country, get your hands on one, because you're going to pay full price for tolls if you don't, or have to go that way and pay the coins. And a lot of times that gets backed up big time, especially going into Orlando. So just keep that in the back of your head. If you want to save yourself a little time, get one of those little transponders up there and save yourself some money on the tolls, because you do get discounted tolls with a transponder. So we're through the tolls, getting ready to hit the exit for the airport. That guy's going to come over and take this lane, isn't he? Yep. So I'll come over and take this lane. Okay, so we're on the exit for the airport. When we get into the airport, after we drop the rental car off, we'll let you know what the security lines and the check-in lines are like. When we landed at the Orlando airport, it was like a 4 to 8 minute to get through security coming in. We were going out, but we just looked at the sign. It was 4 to 8 minutes getting through security. We'll see if that's what it still is when we have to go through security here in just a few minutes. Let's park the rental. Let's get rid of the rental car and get into the airport. The bags are dropped off, getting ready to head over to security. Right now, it looks like it's 5 to 9 minute wait to get to our terminal through security. I think it was the same on the other side, either 4 to 8 or 5 to 9 on the other side. So it shouldn't take us too long to get through. It didn't take us more than 5 minutes to get through security. The only problem was I forgot to take my phone out, so I had to go back through again, but it didn't take us long at all to get through security. Now we're getting on the tram to take us to the actual terminal so that we can go home.
Stop gates. Please stand clear of doors and hold onto handrails.
And I'm going to stand back here away from people.
Come on, sit down. Sit down.
Please stand clear of doors and hold onto handrails. The doors are now closing.
So we're standing here
The shuttle will be departing
trying not to touch anything. It's actually a much fuller tram coming out than it was when we came in. We had the old car to ourselves coming in. A lot of people going out from Orlando, but we're trying not to touch things and balance. So it's going to take us a little bit longer to get actually on the plane than it did in Indianapolis, because this is a full plane and they're loading it old style. So you can see the Sky Bridge is a little bit backed up right now. So we're getting on the plane going home. as they get the plane loaded, we wiped everything down like we did on the way here. Tray tables, tray backs, even those things. We wiped down the armrests, even the chairs, and just made sure that we wiped everything down, including the air vents and the light switches and so on and so forth. The only thing I didn't wipe down was the window thing over here. I've got to wipe that down real quick. So, yeah, that's done. And then I even wiped down the edges here that I know I'm going to hit. So
we actually changed our masks out. We have different masks. We have the same mask that we came with, which was the really good mask, versus the standard masks that we have.
Yeah, because I was in a kiosk in the airport, and this lady was behind me, but she was right behind me, if you know what I mean. It's like I had to ask her to back up, please. So people are still not used, in the airport anyway, social distancing, and as they crowd people onto the airport, or into the airplane rather, you can see, just looking down the aisle there, that, it's kind of hard to social distance when you're getting on a plane and they're trying to, rush you to get on the plane. So you just have to take your own precautions and make sure that people aren't, getting too close to you as things go by. So we're getting ready to head home, and we'll let you know when we're on the ground in Indiana. Right, officially on the plane heading out of Orlando. So we'll see you in Indianapolis. As we wrap things up on our flight from Orlando to Indianapolis, much different experience coming back from Orlando than it was going down on Spirit. Going down, they were really cautious about social distancing, really enforcing the mask rule. On the way back, the flight attendants not so much enforcing the mask rule. In fact, the couple in front of us bought one drink and then had the mask off the entire flight as they nursed their drinks. I think that kind of bent the spirit of the rule, to be honest with you. So I was not too happy with that at all. But getting off the plane, obviously, everybody just trying to get off at the same time. That didn't happen in Orlando. People took their time. So coming back, a totally different feeling on Spirit, but it is what it is. In the Indianapolis airport, and to be honest, not very crowded. So I think we'll be fine here as we get on and get our bags and head on home. Thanks for watching our videos. Do appreciate it. Make sure you hit the bell notification below after you hit the subscribe button. That way you'll know when we put up future videos. And always hit the like buttons. Thanks for watching.